Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Argentina live discussion video. Probably our biggest one yet. We're up there with the Copa America final. Argentina are in the World Cup finals. You heard that correct. And we're going to talk all about it. By we, I mean myself, everybody in the chat, and the living legend himself, none other than Sebastian Garcia. Seba, how are you?
Hi, Roy. How are you? This is what's left of me. I've been to the streets to celebrate. I'll let you know everything. We started a little later. I think it's
Yeah.
good for a lot of people because they already woke up the next day if they manage to sleep a little. I'm eager to start saying hello to everybody as always, like we always do. But what what a way to get to the World Cup final. This is something that deep down we all believed in, but of course you need to wait until it happens
Of
to
course.
to the for the full realization of this first big goal, which was to get to the World Cup final. Then we'll see what happens, but. This is already a matter of celebration. The whole country, it's out on the streets. We're very very proud and very very happy to see, especially the way in which we won tonight. But I want to start by um, asking everybody where they're watching from.
Wait,
I
they
can
already
see
started.
we have Bangladesh already in the house. They already started. Yeah, they can stop. They can stop.
Let us know, everybody. Where are you watching from? Absolutely incredible. 5:17 in Uganda, London.
Uganda.
About to catch my
Nice.
flight to Qatar. But wow, someone's going. Someone's going to the World Cup. Someone's going to the World Cup. Just incredible, incredible. Nepal, Canada, Jamaica. The comments are just coming in. I can't even keep up. Jamaica,
Oh,
uh, Ghana, Texas,
fantastic.
but originally from Argentina, California boy. All right, from the Bay Area, Nepal as well, Portland, Oregon, Nottingham, UK, Chicago, Illinois. We have Pennsylvania. We have San Diego. Wow, just look at these. I just it's one after another. It's one after another. Just incredible where everybody
No,
is watching from.
Roy, we're in the biggest room in the entire world right now. I can tell you that we're all in the same room, and you can see where everybody's joining from. I have
Yeah.
one from Bishurkisa, Bangladesh. I know this guy.
Ah, all
I
right.
know. I don't. I don't know if you were able to see that comment. Hola, Pato.
I don't
I can
believe I
see
saw
you.
that just yet. This one from
Yeah.
behind enemy lines in
Foz do
Brazil.
Iguaçu, Brazil, Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil,
Beautiful,
Chicago, just
beautiful.
incredible, incredible. It never ends. We can keep doing this, and it's never ever gonna end. We could just keep going on and on and on. There you go. I just got that now. Got to your friend. We have Ghana. Wow, Mauritius, Antarctica. I think that's the only one we're missing right now, right? Just
Yeah, yeah.
Antarctica. We have Tampa. We have Buenos Aires. We have India. Everywhere. Just anyway.
Good
So
morning,
let's.
India.
Good
Good
morning,
morning, India.
everybody.
I still haven't gone to sleep. It's 11:19 here in PM, 11:19 PM of the day of the match.
Yeah.
And what a day! This is a day we will remember every detail because it's a instant. This is an instant World Cup classic. I mean, this is already in the books
Yeah.
um, as one of the all-time greatest team performances ever. I mean, of course, there's Germany against Brazil in 2014, and then for a semifinal in this modern era, at least, to win so clearly and by 3 goals, and especially in a game that could have missed the last 20 minutes. We could have stopped playing at the 70-minute mark. Um, yeah, no, and I have a cold, and I've been struggling um, during the weekend. I had fever and everything. Well, I'm doing better now, but yeah, the happiness takes over. But really, this is something that Argentina were mesmerizing tonight.
Yeah,
Today, this afternoon. I don't know when it was, but that's that has to be one of the main talking points, and especially Lionel Messi and Julian Alvarez, their performance tonight. I don't know. We will have to dig deep in the history of the semifinals of the World Cups and performances that were this dominant. I can obviously remember Diego in '86 against Belgium, scoring twice. Uh, but then, these boys are in very, very good company.
yeah. No, they're in great company. The only semifinals I remember for Argentina are this one and 2014. I was just born when it happened in 1990. I think I just showed my age right there, and obviously stayed several World Cups with that one. But I can't think of one. I cannot think of a knockout match for Argentina, a knockout stage match at a World Cup for Argentina in my lifetime, where they were as convincing as they were today, and
Yeah.
especially against such a solid team like Croatia.
Yeah, and as comfortable because
Yes.
after the first goal, I think probably at the moment we didn't think about it. We didn't think that way, but it was probably game over after the first goal. Of course, there was a lot to play, but Croatia didn't seem to create any danger. And then not long after the first goal, we managed to get a second, and that was like, okay, there's only one team right now on the pitch. But of course, Croatia started very, very well. They dominated possession,
Yes.
even during the entire 90 minutes. But that was something that was also calculated. Argentina gave Croatia possession, especially
Oh yes.
after leading by two, so we could hit them in with counterattacks and exploit explore. I mean, hit them where it hurt them the most. So I think it was a very, very uh, good performance, and i- anybody will struggle to find an Argentine player that didn't play a fantastic game tonight. Everybody was great. We can talk about those who
We're
were greater. Um, I already mentioned the best two of the game, but then um, not far from that level, we've seen so many players tonight. So
yeah.
we'll start talking about it, and of course, I already been seeing the comments, people mentioning the wing backs, but you have to talk about the center backs. At the beginning,
Wow.
they were a rock. They were a rock. Both of them
They
tackles, winning in the air, anticipation, bringing the ball forward. Everything was great about. All four defenders. So there were no weak links tonight.
no at all. I cannot think of one. And you know what you just mentioned as well. Croatia had the ball, and Argentina were kind of fine with that. It was something that they were expecting. Scaloni said it. Messi said it. They said we knew Croatia would have the ball, and they just had to be calm, and that's how they played it. Croatia had the ball to start the game, and Argentina were very organized. De Paul looked like the old De Paul for I think for the first full game, and we all love De Paul, so I don't mean any disrespect, but the match he played today, you cannot compare it even to the match he played against the Netherlands, where I thought he played very well as well. Everybody stepped it up. The fullbacks, a lot of people question Tagliafico because there's no Acuna. Tagliafico
Oh my
stepped
God,
up. Oh my
Tagliafico was
God.
phenomenal, phenomenal,
In,
phenomenal.
incredible.
No mistakes whatsoever. A couple of clutch interventions, very, very solid at the back, and then
Yeah.
joining in the attack as well. Um, Performance full of character. He completely understood what was at stake, what was needed from him, and this was especially deserving of praise because he was not playing regularly 90 minutes, and it's not
Yes.
easy to get into the rhythm, get into the flow, and he was stepping in for one of the best performers in this World Cup for Argentina. So absolutely agree. Of course, I was worried to see that Acuna was missing tonight,
Mhm.
and I was, but not because I had anything personal or any particular concern about Tagliafico, but because I felt that um, Acuna was better. So that was the only
Mhm.
thing that I had in mind. But he proved everybody, every doubter, he proved, yeah, he proved them wrong. So I
No,
was really
he
happy to see that.
no, he was incredible. He was, and he got a lot of, a lot of people doubted him, just because of what you said. He's not playing regularly. It's Acuna that's getting selected, and now, and I'm not getting ahead of myself by any means, and we're going to talk about it later on. But for Argentina, this means a fully well rested Acuna for the final, for the World Cup final.
Of
So
absolutely, yeah,
that's that's a big advantage, as well as Di Maria as well. Almost 2 weeks without
yeah.
playing, or even more than 2 weeks depending on the time. But
Yeah, and there were
sorry, go
some
for it.
injury doubts for on Acuna just ahead of the World Cup. Remember, there were
As well,
rumors a
yeah.
couple of days before the World Cup started that we lost Nico Gonzalez and we lost
Lo Celso
who
and
was
Correa.
Lo Celso before that. But yeah, Joaquin Correa. Those were the two players that actually traveled to Qatar and then they were replaced. But there
Yeah,
were a lot of rumors around Acuna as well. There were some rumors saying that Acuna was not going to be able to make it to the World Cup, so it was important for him to get some rest. Of course,
yeah.
that's the silver lining because we would have want him to be involved today, but he's getting some rest, and he's going to be on a full week's rest for Sunday. I can't believe we're talking about Sunday. We'll
Sunday,
be
the World
there.
Cup final.
We'll be there this Sunday. Incredible,
match
incredible.
match 64 of 64, the final match of the World Cup, and we
Yeah,
did the
we'll be
video
there.
talking
If you
about. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what I did? I checked these apps. I have an app for. Um, they're not advertising with us, but I will mention it anyway. Sofa Score. I don't know
Yeah,
if you know
yeah.
Sofa Score.
That's
That's the one I use. It's fantastic. And look at this. I'll show you just now
yeah.
because I want to
Ooh.
do this. So you go to the matches on December 18, and it looks like this. Wait, if
I
I
could kind of
can.
see that. Kind of,
So you
yeah.
see, there's one team there. There's one team there. Let me
Argentina,
click. Let me
Argentina.
click because right now there's only one team guaranteed there,
uh,
and there's a countdown. I'll be looking at this. Um,
Argentina, right there.
yeah,
Ooh.
we're there. We're there. We just need to see who's the next passenger. But
Yes,
you know, where we are where we want it to be. So, and
of course.
most importantly, where we deserve to be. That's I don't know who could argue that we're not deserved to be there. Maybe the media in Spain would argue that we're not deserving, but I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry,
I
man.
know.
I'm sorry. I'm
No, I
sorry,
saw.
but they're wrong.
They're wrong. They're wrong. I heard the comments from Luis Enrique
Yeah,
Lucho of Spain, and for those that didn't hear it, he said, Spain is better than any team in the Final Four, I think, or something like that. I can't quite remember,
yeah.
but
No, Luis Enrique also said that he
yeah,
wants Argentina to win. He wants Messi and
for
Argentina to
Messi,
win.
yeah,
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 he's all right. He's all right. But I'm talking
yeah,
about the media. They were
yes,
criticizing
doubting
Argentina.
them, calling them
They were
dirty and
saying we
unprofessional.
that we're uh, bad winners, like disrespectful, that we are taunting the opposition and provoking and stuff like that.
Yeah,
In reality, we were just reacting because our players were provoked. Um,
yes,
the Netherlands went with a strategy which didn't pay off for them. They tried to play mind games, talk a lot about Messi, talk about the game, saying that they were not worried because Brazil were better than us and they were ready to play Brazil next, etc., etc. It wasn't a strategy. They were trying to play mind games, but you know what? After the game, none of them complained. So
they can't say
they took
anything.
it on the chin. That was it. My
Yeah,
beef right now is with Spain. Not the whole nation of Spain. There's a
the
lot of
media,
people
the
in Spain.
media.
They want Argentina to win, but the media,
Yeah,
some journalists, some people that are they can stand Messi. They hate
it's
Messi,
ridiculous.
and yeah,
Yeah,
but they're
because he didn't
using
play for them.
yeah, exactly.
It's
Um,
that simple.
so yeah, but let's not wait.
Let's
Let's not waste time talking about
no.
sore losers and envious people. We don't care about
Let's
that. Uh,
let's
let
let's
let them
let's
cry. Yeah, let them cry.
let them cry and let us focus on this game. And there was a question, I believe it was
Yes,
from Calvin earlier, just asking in general, what did you think of the 4-4-2? Scaloni went with four midfielders against Croatia. I think it was very smart. Even before the match started, I agreed with it because we needed those midfielders against Croatia.
absolutely. I was really really happy to see our lineup and for our formation. And I remember you and I talking yesterday, and oh, the many times we send messages during the day. And I said I want four midfielders tomorrow. I
Yeah,
want these four guys, especially because they're all. Remember the all winning 11
of
title,
course.
the all winning 11 game that they players had like an arrow pointing up, like a
Yeah,
red arrow point. Our midfielders, I felt all of them were,
everywhere.
yeah,
All
with
of
their
them.
arrows, yeah, with
They
their
can play
arrows up.
anywhere.
Not only that, but the arrow indicated how confident they felt, how likely to do well they were at the moment. It was like more of a morale kind of thing. And I feel like Alexis McAllister is one of the best players for Argentina. Flechita para arriba, that's the famous, the arrow
Yeah,
pointing up.
arrow to the top.
And that. I think that's the best way to express what I'm trying to say. That's the best concept because all of them are clicking. All of them are playing well together. Enzo Fernandez. What can you say about Enzo Fernandez? He opened the game
Wow.
again today. He's a gem. He's a gem. He's an absolute beast. But Paredes, whenever you call Paredes, Paredes responds.
Yeah,
Um,
he had a good
don't
game.
don't forget he was the anchor of that midfield for almost every one of the 36 unbeaten games. So to me, that combination, that midfield, was the best we could do to present against Croatia. And we struggled a little bit early on because it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
Croatia are a
it's
team that
it's
they're not
it's
afraid
still a
to have the ball.
it's still a semifinal at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, you have to take nervousness into consideration. You have to understand that the Croatian team we were facing, they had a lot of players that already played 7 games in the previous World Cup. They were undefeated this time
Hmm.
around. They just beat Brazil, so also they were with Flechita para arriba. So it's and as I said, as I was saying, this Croatian team is a team that I really like to see,
Yeah.
and they're not afraid to be in possession. We face so many different teams over the years, and a lot of teams, they don't want to contest the ball or the possession. They are happy for Argentina to have the ball, and they can sit sit back, try to hold on, try to
Hmm.
prevent us from scoring, and some of them create a lot of problems for us. But Croatia, they were not, they were not, they're not that kind of team, so they were not afraid. So they were, playing the ball around, a lot of movement. They always found an extra pass. They were like the San Antonio Spurs for a little while, and it was like, oh my god, okay,
The
there,
vintage Spurs, the vintage
yeah,
with
vintage, yeah, with
Ginobili
Manu,
and
yeah, yeah,
Parker.
yeah. They always found the extra pass, and they always have somebody who was well positioned to win the ball, to um, create issues for us, to create 1-2 situations. um and it was I wouldn't say it was a shaky start from us, but it took a while for us to find our
To get
legs
going.
and make sense of it all. And one of the other thing that we were talking about early on, um, privately, and I've been impressed with Argentina, and in not only in this World Cup but before Copa America, World Cup qualifiers, of course, and I felt today Argentina had what it take, what it was needed, and what Brazil lacked in the quarterfinals, because they try constantly on the wings, constantly. That was like their formula was to try on the wings, and I was more convinced that we should break them through the middle,
Yeah.
and that's how the first goal came about. that pass from Enzo, he was stepping right on the midfield line. His left foot was standing right on the midfield line, and
Yeah.
he hits that perfect pass with a bit of swinging effect, and Julian found an opening there in between Lovren and Guardiol, and I've seen people saying that was not a penalty, and
That was
I
a
tell you what,
penalty.
I tell
That
you
was a
what,
penalty.
if that's not a penalty, I don't know. I just, yeah, I need to
the
read the rules of the game again. I don't know.
the only ones who were saying that that was not a penalty were the ones that I've seen, anyways. British pundits,
Hmm.
specifically a former player. Well,
I
the
haven't heard.
opening Gary Neville.
I haven't heard
Gary
him.
Neville said it wasn't
Gary
a
never.
penalty.
But what was his reasoning behind that? Because
I
let's talk about it if you want. But
the
I mean, keeper
that
never touched
was
the ball. That's for starters. That's
no
for starters. Yeah, he
that's
never
it.
touched the ball because I could understand if he touches the ball with any part of his body, you could say okay, he got to the ball and then the Julian Alvarez collided against him. So that's we have to rule out. He never touched the ball.
No,
But then
and
you know what's the key aspect of that situation? The way Livakovic spreads his leg
his
wide
right leg.
open and
Yeah,
his right leg. He wasn't trying to avoid contact and Julian hit him or anything like that, but he opened the legs like that. He spread the legs like this, and it was an evident contact. And if it wasn't because of that and the way he got in the way of
no.
Julian could have finished in a different
Think
way. It was risky. It was risky for
it
Julian.
was.
Yeah,
It was, and think of it this way: if that happens anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul. That's a free kick.
of course, of
So why
course.
isn't it a penalty? That's like you said, and as everyone's mentioning in the chat as well, he extended his leg, his right
Yeah,
leg, the way he spread it, the way he extended it, that got to Alvarez. You could
yeah.
argue, could Alvarez maybe have done better? I saw that question going around. Maybe Alvarez could have done better on his initial shot. He was being closed down. He didn't have much time to react. He did the best he could. I don't think you could blame him for not scoring, but that was certainly a penalty.
Of
You know,
course. And the keeper, if thank you, Rajid, for telling us what Gary Neville
he
said.
said,
But um, the keeper was moving forward. I
yeah,
mean, then he stops at a moment, but he was surging forward. It's not like he was standing there keeping his line
no,
and then he was hit. So I think there's no argument. It's a clear penalty as you will ever see. Um, so yeah, that's to me that's not even an argument. I don't know how you guys see it. I know I support Argentina, whatever you want, but I would have trust me, I would be saying the same thing if it was the other way around. So
no,
um,
absolutely, absolutely. But you know what? We got the penalty, and then we got Messi's penalty, which, according to everybody, it was superb. It was a 10 out of 10. Um, and he easily could have missed that. We
yeah,
he scored two penalties against the Netherlands in the quarterfinals. We saw what happened with him versus France in the quarterfinals. The goalkeeper that we were up against today is very good at saving
yeah.
penalty kicks. He even gets the right way, but Messi's placement and power and precision and the technique behind it, that made it that it was unstoppable and just a great penalty.
No, it was beautiful, and Messi. I don't know how many penalties he took in this World Cup, including the shootout against
I think
the
five,
Netherlands of
five, I think.
five, and he
Five.
he didn't repeat the formula for any of the five. He has the keepers guessing. Um, the first one, it was a cool finish to like opening. We said in Spanish, he opens his foot, right?
Yeah.
He opened. I don't know how you can say it in English, but he just placed it um, softly and sent the keeper the wrong way. Then against Chesney, the one that he missed, I think it was a okay penalty.
It
It
was
wasn't
it was
unstoppable.
okay and it was a good save.
the keeper did very well,
Yeah,
but it wasn't as strong and as high as tonight's penalty. Then against the Netherlands, he just placed it to the left, and the other one in the shootout, again, it was a cool placing. And but tonight he just
there was no saving that. There was absolutely no saving that. I was nervous, and you know what? When that first goal went in, I thought, okay, at this point, we're going to grow in confidence. Croatia is not going to panic because Croatia has the experience and they're very well organized team and they're never going to panic. If they did not panic versus Brazil in extra time, they're not going to panic with 60 minutes to go. But the second goal, Seba, what can you tell us about the second goal?
first I want to tell you the personal experience, what happened here
Yeah.
at home, because there was a moment of absolute chaos, panic, disbelief. Uh, it was like a surreal scene. It was a scene out of a movie. And I'm not exaggerating, because we were watching, and then all of a sudden we lost the image, and
Oh,
the TV went black when Croatia were attacking. They were attacking, and so we were like, "Oh my god, I need to." So we were trying to find an alternative way to watch it. So we needed to cast the image from an app to. So it was gonna take 30
sometimes
seconds if we were fast. And the moment we were doing that, we started hearing our neighbors screaming,
screaming.
and we were like, "Oh my God, did we score? Did we score?" I mean, Croatia were attacking. I mean, that was it was a horrible, horrible feeling. And then when
Yeah,
we finally managed to get the image back, Julian Alvarez was just getting
starting to run.
into the Croatian penalty box, and then he finishes. So we knew it was a goal, and then when it went in, we started celebrating again, and we
Yeah,
felt a little bit fake, but
that's okay.
it was bittersweet, because of course we were happy, but I didn't know at the time that he had already run the length of the pitch, that he was involved in clearing the ball, and then yeah, it was incredible. When we saw the replay, we were like, "What? That's how it started?" And no wonder, yeah, Croatia were attacking, and then
Yeah,
all of a sudden our neighbors were, and I felt like, oh my god, do I have any Croatian neighbors that I don't know? Are they celebrating a Croatian goal?
yeah.
But it was madness, madness, complete madness, and the goal itself was madness.
It was insane. It was, and yeah, because that started off a Croatian corner kick, right? The corner kick, they played a short cross. Otamendi headed it away. Messi barely touched it. Like that, the
Yeah,
assist by
but
Messi, he barely flicked
but
it.
I tell you, but I tell you what, before Otamendi heads it away, there's a Croatian player trying to cross,
Yeah,
and Julian goes to press and blocks the cross with his chest, or just trying
yeah,
to not to get hit by the ball, of course, like a natural reaction that you have, an instinct, a reflex. But he deflects the ball, and he goes to Otamendi. Otamendi heads it. Messi tries to control it, touches it forward a little bit, avoids a contact from a Croatian player, and that's where Julian gets the ball.
and
And I've seen it measure. It's like he ran 60 something meters with the ball, but before that he already had run like 40 meters. So it was in total, it was 106.9 meters that he ran when he started that move defending a corner kick.
wow. I
So
didn't.
yeah,
I have to go back and watch that goal. I remember seeing Alvarez around the penalty area, but I didn't realize it was him that had made the block. So
yeah,
I have to watch
BB,
that.
that's a very, very good comment. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
combination of Maradona and Kempes. Of course, Kempes against the Netherlands
in
in the
'78.
final, he scores a goal like that. Like, okay, there's no
Yeah, man.
stopping me. I'm gonna go for it, and the rebounds are gonna benefit me. They're gonna come my way. I have everything going for me. So yeah, it's very similar to the Kempes goal. Of course, I
No,
remember. It was one of the things that came to my mind when I saw that, and the finish just so sweet like that.
ooh,
We call it we call it tres dedos, like three toes,
yeah,
when you hit it with the outside of the foot, and to finish like
great.
that. World Cup semifinal.
I
Oh
think
my
you
god!
had I think you had sent the picture. I have it here.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
I'll bring
the
that up.
aerial one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is one that Seba sent me. I just gotta get it here. There you are. There you go. Look at this. And let's make this like
yeah,
so. Look at that. Beautiful.
yeah.
And,
No,
that's
he had everything there. That goal. He showed that he's a fighter. He showed that he's a speedster, and he showed that he's an artist. You know, and he's a beast. Like he was like cutting through the middle of the defense that Brazil took 120 minutes to score one goal like the other day. I mean, it's and they
it's
threw everything at them, and we just threw Julian Alvarez at them, and that was it. But
uh,
if you look at it that way, it's incredible. It's
yeah.
really
It
really
was
incredible.
it was Alvarez, and a lot of people are saying it as well. And we have not given credit. Very very true. Molina as well. He made the run. He opened up a little bit.
Yeah,
Well, not a little bit. He opened it up
everybody
for
was there.
others as well.
Tagliafico is the one celebrating
Tagliafico
the
on the
goal
left and
on the goal line.
and
No, no,
Molina
no,
right
incredible.
right next to him. It was a team goal, but it was Julian's goal. If that makes sense, it was a team goal, but uh,
Yeah,
Julian's goal. And Sosa did have a great view. Sosa did have a very good view. And I'm gonna say this, and I want everybody and Seba as well, just kind of let me know if everybody felt the same way. But at 2-0 in the first half, when it went to halftime, I was confident we were going to win this because I knew that 2-0 at halftime, there's that halftime talk. Scoloni has the guys, he has the boys, he has the players. He gets to talk to them, calm them down. And I think they knew that they cannot mess this up. It wasn't where, you know, it was 1-0, 70th or 80th minute, and Argentina scores to make it 2-0. And then the other team gets a lucky goal or some goal, and then they panic. But at 2-0 going into halftime, for whatever reason, I was very calm. Am I the only one that was calm on
no.
that? Or
To me, my main concern at the moment, and I feel like everybody's gonna agree with me because Messi was touching his left
his
thigh,
thigh? Yeah,
and he was touching his left thigh not only after I think it was 10 minutes, 15 minutes when the
it was
game
before
was
the goal. Yeah,
still, yeah.
no, no.
But you know, I felt like he recovered um, shortly after that, and I felt it was one of those situations in which you are hit by a knee, not in a nasty way. It was
Mm,
one of the things that happened. You know, somebody goes to mark you and hits you with a knee. Um, there in a muscle, and then you feel like it's sore and it's tight and it
mm.
hurts. Um, and I felt like he was okay. But then, starting the second half,
Same thing.
there's there's an
It,
image.
it started.
He's touching that area. He's massaging himself, and that set the alarms. I felt like he could be in trouble. Um, but then, yeah, he touched. That's exactly what I'm saying. But then I don't know. He didn't seem to have any issues for the third goal.
No, no, not at all. The third goal where he completely ran through Croatia, took out one of the best defenders at the entire World Cup, who's about 15 years younger than him. Uh, and that's actually crazy to say 15 years younger than Messi, but he took him to school.
No,
He
no, it's
took him to
incredible.
school. It's there you go, Pat. Yeah, there you go, Pato. He took him for a walk. He took him for
Yeah.
a walk. Um, that third goal, I got emotional after the second goal. I know I told you that, Seba, before we went on air. I got emotional after the second goal. I was calm, and then that third goal, it was a loud shout that I let out. I couldn't hold it inside anymore. But watching the replay afterwards, wow, wow.
No, no, no. I mean, first it's the burst of speed. He's 35. He's 35. Don't forget that. Yeah, and Guardiola, I think it's 20. He's very
Yeah,
young.
he's about 15 years
Um,
under them. Yeah.
yeah, but you have to consider this, and the play starts with Julian receiving with his back towards the goal,
Throw in.
and he kind of pass it to Messi, and I think he's using like the private area.
Yeah.
I don't know what part of his body he used to pass it to Messi. He was
The groin
clumsy.
area. The groin area.
Yeah, yeah. You could say it was clumsy, but in fact, it was very intelligent. It was a very resourceful from Julian. And Messi is pressed against the line, against the sideline. He didn't
Yeah.
have a lot of room, and he uses his left knee to just place the ball where he wanted it to be, and that gives him the separation that he needed to start the move with an advantage over Guardiola. Because if he wasn't for that initial, just try and find the start of the game. There's a couple of videos that people shot from the sidelines, so you could see from very very close to where Messi was, and he uses his knee to to place it where he needs it. And
Yeah.
then after that, he has control. He has control of everything. Um, if he wasn't for that, maybe Guardiola would have had control. Maybe he could have shepherded him
Yeah.
in a different way, block him, kick the ball away, whatever. And then he does a couple of spins to one side, to the other, and the way he turns him over,
Wow.
you have to consider, he didn't have to use any muscles. He
And
used just speed and
you
and brains.
and rain.
And
And
then he places another invisible assist with his right foot. How could he see Julian? How could he see him? And the ball goes between the legs.
yeah.
Exactly, not exactly, but it was another assist between the legs, like he did against Holland and Nathan Ake.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I
When
could, I could stop me because I could talk about this until
we
the
we
morning.
all we all could talk about that assist, and what's even more incredible when you really think of it, because you mentioned that burst of speed and you mentioned at 35 years of age, but burst of speed at 35, match number 6 in a span of 3 weeks, and technically match number like 5 matches in the past 2 weeks technically,
Yeah, and with
at his age.
with already 70 minutes
With 70
played.
minutes to go
So
and in a semi-final of a World Cup, when you take it all into consideration, it's it's brilliant. The tournament he's having, and I know a lot of people talk about Messi, and I know obviously we talk about Messi, but the tournament he's having, the goals he's scoring, the assists that he's providing, the what he's giving to the team, and what the team is giving back to him, right? Because yes, Messi is Messi, but the team is definitely helping out a lot. But when you get all of that, you can't help but get emotional just thinking about it all. I can't. Whenever I actually sit down alone for 2 minutes and I start to think, I'm not saying this just to say it, I really get emotional just thinking that we get to see this at a World Cup. Forget everything that happened before. What he's doing right now at his age, you could tell he will do anything for that cup.
yeah,
It's incredible.
yeah. One very good friend of mine, Miguel Francolini. He's got a podcast. I've been to that podcast a couple of times. He's obsessed with the World Cup, with the national team, with football, with Maradona. He said he tweeted after the game, "We've been asking Messi to deliver a Mexico '86 like World Cup,
Yeah,
and what he's giving us, it's the USA '94 World Cup that
Maradona.
was stolen from us in terms of we couldn't see Diego uh, at a similar age. We couldn't see him finish the job, yeah, because of course he was
Yeah,
suspended. He couldn't play in the knockout stages, but I felt it was a nice bit of poetry there, because
No, it's-
it's a good way of seeing it. But the way Messi is dominating, um, he has a bit of a he has some shades of 86 going on. Remember, Messi got to this World Cup with no goals scored in knockout stages of the World Cup. That was incredible. That was a stat that you would
no,
think.
three.
And now he scored in three different
Three in a
knockout
row.
stages.
Five out of
And
six.
I
He scored at
think,
5 out of 6 games.
and I heard, I need to check. We will need to check this stat, but I heard he's the first Argentine player to score at three different, because Diego scored more goals because he scored quarterfinals and semifinals. He didn't score in the round of 16 in 86. He didn't score in the final. So in a single World Cup, what I
And
heard is that he's the first one to score at three different rounds, three different games in knockout stages. So that is impressive.
yeah, I think that's true as well because in '78, yeah, I think that's true actually. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you're right.
Because of course the World Cups didn't ever have the same format.
Sometimes the round of 16s before, and yeah, the group stages were a little bit different as well.
So,
So
yeah,
that's something. There's a comment here by Vivi. Messi's better than Diego in '94.
yeah.
Very
No, no. Of
different.
course, Diego was already coming out of retirement. Remember, he
Yeah,
had to prepare. Especially, he had already been suspended for a long, long time. Of course, the way
yeah.
Messi takes care of his body is very, very different. He didn't have uh,
The
the many problems that Diego had to have, even
off the
from
pitch, yeah.
no, but even early on in childhood,
Mhm.
in his teenage years, it's a very, very different story. But but yeah, I think it's more accomplished, um, and there's always something that. Juan Pablo Varsky, one journalist in Argentina,
Yeah.
says. He says, and I don't know if that's a quote from him or somebody else, but he says, "Remember, the best Messi is always the the
The
last
current Messi,
Messi,
last Messi.
the current, the most recent Messi." That, and I think we're seeing just that. I think we're seeing just that.
It's
What he did today was, I don't know. I don't know how
the
you could describe it.
no the see. We're talking about Messi, and I'm thinking about his, the goal he scored against Mexico, right? That really got
Yeah,
Argentina going. And
yeah,
then you talk about the performance he had in the round of 16 versus Australia, and then a lot of people said, "Yeah, but it's Australia." Yeah, but it's still a knockout stage game. Then you see how he performed against the Netherlands, how ruthless he was, and then we saw
an assist
completely
and a goal.
a goal and
Yeah,
assist, and then we saw the ruthlessness of him. That I think that's always been there, and it's just now slowly starting to come out. And then you see the performance he put today against Croatia in the semifinals. And I think it's true. I think the best version of Messi is the one that we have right now.
yeah.
It's the most current one, and the best one we're gonna get is tomorrow. And then after that, it's crazy. Um, and then cue the celebrations, right? Everybody started celebrating. Um,
Yeah, I just sent you something.
yeah.
Um, and if you go to page 5, this is what I just sent you. It's courtesy of my friend Tony. He works for Opta, Stats Perform. Fantastic analyst, fantastic video analyst, and tactic uh, specialist, and of course statistics. And if
You want
you
me to
if
bring
you
it
look
up?
at the yeah, you could share the screen,
Or
page page 5, so we
let's see
could
what it
see his little glimpse of statistics
is.
from this
This.
game, because there's one thing that I want to mention. Um, so that's Argentina top 5 players, and these are different categories. So the first one is shots on goal is the second
Mhm.
one. So Messi and Alvarez both with 2. Chances created, the third one. Alexis up there. Alexis also up there in shots. Passes completed, at the top, Enzo Fernandez. Otamendi, of course, there's a lot of whenever there is a central defender there, you think, okay, they're passing the ball to each other. I don't think that was the case today.
No, he had a lot of passes
We've seen
forward.
some progressive passes. Yeah,
Yeah,
passes completed in the opposing final third.
final third.
Again, Enzo Fernandez, he was immense. We'll talk a little bit about him. Then crosses attempt, and I think this is good. We didn't try so many crosses. That's not our strength. But look at dribbles completed. Messi with
Five.
5, and look, look who's there. Juan
Juan
Foyth.
Foyth with one. That's the only one. Jesus.
Remember when he dribbled down the right? It
Yeah,
was great.
towards
It
the
was great.
corner.
It was great. And also there,
Tackles one.
tackles one, and then ball
Covers.
recoveries. Emiliano Martinez first, and Alexis there.
Nine.
Fantastic. But I wanted also to mention that this win was so comprehensive that Scaloni was able to bring in Dybala, bring in Foyth, and now every outfield player already has minutes in this World
Yeah.
Cup. I think that is great. That is a great gesture. It was great to see. It was great to see Foyth flying down the right, attacking. He even had to cut back because he didn't have anybody to pass because he was our top
There was no one.
striker. He was
There was
our
no one there.
top striker. Yeah, nobody there.
Yeah. And
But yeah, it's a great
we
performance.
yeah, we saw Dybala get some minutes as well. He almost had an assist, a good little cross in.
Correa,
Correa, Joaquin, sorry, Angel Correa,
Angel.
uh,
Yeah,
Angel. Dybala had the cross into McAllister, who, again, a very good game by him, by McAllister. He almost scored. Everybody played. All 24 outfield players taken to the World Cup for Argentina have now played. Uh, Only the goalkeepers haven't, but all 24. So even Thiago Almada, he played. Foyt today, Dybala today.
yeah,
Um, Interesting that he went with Ezequiel Palacios as like a regular kind of substitute for
yeah.
Scaloni
For the ball.
for De
Yeah,
Paul, which I think was smart. Palacios does a lot of running and he takes a lot of hits. He just keeps
yeah.
going.
The game. I mean, I think I don't remember. Let me check because yeah,
That's,
we can afford
well,
that.
absolutely.
I need to check where is it because I want to see if the Paul was substituted before or after Luka Modric because what I felt when Modric was replaced. I'm checking that.
Mhm.
I felt like Croatia said, "Okay, that's it. There's no
Yeah,
there's no way back for us in this game." They tried so many offensive substitutions.
there was
The team was broken.
yeah
The balance for them was broken, and they were at risk of suffering a big,
before.
big defeat. Yeah.
So Pop Sports says before.
Yeah, I'm checking the exact minute. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
It's here.
it's
So Modric replaced
yeah,
the 81st minute.
yeah. De
The
Paul
ball
was
just yeah
before.
7 minutes before. 7 minutes
Yeah,
before. But he's thinking, okay, we're 3-0 up.
give
Um,
him some rest.
this guy, he's been the ball has been struggling for fitness with an injury. He says, okay, I have a World Cup final coming up. I
Yeah,
think Scaloni first admitted that, not admitted, but kind of um, gave the impression that he said, okay, the game is already won, and
yeah.
then Croatia by removing Modric, it was a bit of the same.
They
He
gave
said,
up.
okay, yeah,
That was it.
we don't want to suffer a big, big defeat. There's no way we can break Argentina
Yeah,
down and score 3 goals in 15 minutes. We were unable to take one single shot on goal. So,
yeah.
uh, and speaking of that, I feel that that was one of the great news collectively. We for the fifth game in a row, we opened a 2-0 up, 2-0
Hmm.
margin
Advantage. Lead.
in our
Yeah,
favor, advantage. Yeah, but this time I felt we were different than we were against Australia and against the Netherlands. It cost
yeah.
us a lot against the Netherlands. It could have cost us going to overtime against Australia if it wasn't for that save laid on by Dibu Martinez. But today I felt we learned the lesson. We were talking about. I hope we learned the lesson. We said
And they
after
did.
after playing against the Netherlands, and I think today we got it spot on
I think.
because we kept going at it. We were really intense up until the last second. We were really really intense. We gave
Yeah.
nothing for granted. Nothing.
And no, and the substitutes helped because the substitutes that did come on, we named them Correa, Dybala, even Foyth. They had a point to prove as well. This is probably their only chance of playing at a World Cup, or this World Cup at least. So for them, it's we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna try and get another goal. We're gonna try and make it 4-0. We're not gonna give up, and that was great to see. Someone mentioned it earlier. The squad depth again, again the squad depth, and thankfully, Argentina did not have to go to extra time. Right? They got an extra day's rest.
Oh yeah.
France, Morocco are playing tomorrow, so whoever wins that will have a day's less rest than Argentina. So for Argentina, that's another advantage. Not going to extra time is an advantage, and they've been, as they say, Argentina have been through the ringer. They lost the opening match. Every single match since then has been a final. They've gone to extra time. They've gone to penalty kicks in the worst way possible. Completely losing a 2-0 lead with 10 minutes to go. You lose it, and then you take it to penalties, and you still win. So their backs have been against the wall, and it's only made them stronger, mentally. And to have an extra day's rest,
Yeah.
that's something. And actually something I wanted to mention as well. Well, before we get to it, yes, absolutely, everybody, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe. Argentina World Cup final on Sunday. We're that's going to be a big one. But something I wanted to discuss as well is, and this is very true, Emiliano Martinez. When it comes to his crosses, he did not have too much to do today. He had a very good save in the first half on the side where the ball ended up going out, and he made a save. But the crosses into the area, he has been rock solid in holding onto the ball, not giving away a rebound, and that has to be reassuring for the back line as well. That has to give them some confidence. And I think I'm slowly losing Seba. I think I kind of lost Seba. We still have some people that are joining, so absolutely, hey, welcome everybody, welcome. If you guys are just joining us, not a problem. Not a problem. I just got a message from Seba telling me his connection is not the best, but it's okay. No worries. We'll get to some comments and some questions. How good has Otamendi and Molina been? In my opinion, they have been tremendous. I think all 4 or even 5 defenders or 6 defenders, I think everybody was rock solid. Molina, you guys mentioned it in the chat, helped immensely in that second goal by Julian Alvarez. And he just keeps running up and down, never gets tired. Otamendi, the aerial threat, be it against Australia or against the Dutch or against the Netherlands. And someone wrote, Seba will come soon. I think we have Seba right here, and we have Osvaldo right here as well. Welcome, Osvaldo. I think Seba. I think Could you hear us? Could you hear me, Seba? I'm not sure if we could. I don't know. I think there's a problem with Seba's connection. But welcome, Osvaldo, as well. Osvaldo is in Argentina. He regularly joins us. He was on the last couple of videos. He's in Argentina celebrating. He went to the Obelisco. We're going to show some pictures and some videos. And someone else who's at the Obelisco is Sebastian Garcia. Seba, welcome back.
Oh, hi. Osvaldo must be drunk by now. Hi, Osvaldo. Vamos. No, I didn't go to the Obelisco. I went
my bad.
No, I didn't go to the Obelisco. I'm not very close to Obelisco, but I went to a corner of the area where I live that gets very crowded at these very special occasions. I shot a video with I went with my kids. My neck is hurting because I was
Should
holding
we?
one of my kids here, so he could see. Yeah, if you wanna share,
Let's show the
if you
video. So let's show the video of
wanna
the
share a
celebrations.
picture. Yeah,
Of course. And Osvaldo
yeah.
sent in
The
some
and
videos, man.
apologies.
Go ahead, too.
Oh, good. No, I was gonna say apologies for dropping. The connection has been terrible, and I think
It's
people
okay.
are using internet a lot around here, looking for memes, looking for for videos, for everything. But yeah, it's been dodgy. Yeah,
it's it's okay. It's okay. Let's get to the videos here. Here we are. I just want to set this up. Make sure we get to see a little bit. So this is in
yeah.
Argentina by
I shot this one.
Seba.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Muchacho.
Incredible, incredible. Love seeing that. And we
Yeah,
got a
it
couple
was like
more. How was that, Seba? I'm just gonna get Osvaldo's pictures and videos as well. But how was that, Seba, for you? Going there with the kids, with the family. I think we're losing Seba. Oh, Seba, can you hear me? Seba.
mm, no, not really. I don't know. Can you hear me now? Yeah,
Yeah, we could hear you now, Seba. We could hear you now.
I think it's getting better.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, apologies. It's not
No, it's okay.
my hands are tied. Um, but the atmosphere was great there. There were a couple of blocks that were cut for traffic, so people could celebrate, and it was really nice to see people of every age category. They were all there. Probably people that never saw Maradona play, of course.
Yeah.
There was a lot of youth. There was people from all sorts of places and ages and looks, and it was great. It was a very good atmosphere. People hanging from traffic lights. I kid you not. That was
I believe that.
what was going on. People standing on the roof. Some places, songs from different eras. It was so great. The temperature was fantastic. So it was great. There's people throwing fake snow, like the ones you throw when the carnival is around.
Yeah.
So it was a true popular party, and the people, the images that I see, the footage that I see from every every different corner of Argentina, it's been amazing.
No, it's been great. It's absolutely been great. And we got another video this time from Osvaldo, who was sent this from the Obelisco in in Argentina. I'm not sure where he's at right now, but he's
Look at
somewhere.
that.
He's somewhere. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh,
Look at this. There's someone here. There's someone here. And then I'm gonna bring it back. Wait, I'm gonna bring it back. Look at this. Look at these ones here. Look at them. It's
oh my god. Oh my
look at this maniac here.
god.
No, it's it's just it's fun to see. All of these will be uploaded, by the way, on the Mundo Albiceleste YouTube channel. It's going to be under the YouTube Shorts. They'll be uploaded shortly after we wrap things up here. And wow, just the atmosphere, and Yeah, I know. I remember last year at the Copa America in the final, we were doing these live videos and Argentina won. And Seba messaged me. Seba, I remember you telling me, Roy, I might be a little bit late, or I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to record. I'm going to go to the Obelisco. We're going to have some fun with the kids. And I said, go,
Yeah,
have fun, enjoy. And then you messaged me, I think, an hour or two later. I said, how was it? He said, I couldn't make it.
yeah. No, we couldn't get
uh,
to the Obelisco. That was impossible to get there. Maybe if I left earlier, yeah, but
yeah,
no, it was impossible to get there. Um, Sunday is
yeah,
gonna be very special.
yeah,
Uh, Whatever happens, of course, we wish for the best. But I
yeah,
want to ask, players are gonna say. We know what the players are gonna say. We know what Scaloni is gonna say.
yeah.
But we're not the players. We're not the coaching staff. So, who does everybody want to face on Sunday?
Oh, that's the $1 million question right now. Seba just threw it out. We'll let everybody answer. Who do you want to face? Do
Yeah,
you want to face France and potentially think of that revenge from 4 years ago, or do you want to go against Morocco and historically speaking, maybe not a big powerhouse like France, but we've seen what they've been able to do at the World Cup. So let us know. I think this is everyone saying Morocco. Oh, not
yeah.
really. Wait a minute. We have a bit of both here. France, France. Oh, we got two for France.
These guys are
Spain.
crazy. I mean, yeah, I would like to hear some of the arguments in favor of
Yeah,
having to play France. Um, yeah, I mean, first of all, tomorrow I'm ready to see a wonderful game. Morocco is a very exciting team to see.
yeah.
Maybe a lot of people are downplaying them or they don't like them because they play too much on the defensive. But
Hmm.
that's an art. Defending is an art.
It is. It is.
It takes a lot of work. You have to do it properly. And Morocco has been. They only conceded one goal, and it was to
An own goal.
Canada, and it was an own goal with a deflection. They're not facing too many shots on goal from the opposition because they work really hard. Um,
Yeah.
but first of all, I want to watch the game tomorrow because I'll be no matter what. I mean, I'm in a position in which okay, we will face the winner of these two, and you know that's about it. I mean, whoever wins, of course, I'm going to be paying attention to injuries and red cards and whatnot. Um, Probably an extra time or whatever, but there's not going to be easy on Sunday. There's not going to be easy on Sunday.
No.
Um,
No matter who it
and
is.
of course, if I have to say, I would like to face Morocco, but not because I think Morocco are weak or easy or anything like that. It's just to witness the historical moment in which an African team, an Arab team, makes it to a World Cup final and fully deserving, of course, because you have to be fully deserving to get to the World Cup final. If you win a group with Croatia and Belgium, then you knock out Spain and Portugal and then France. Imagine
Yeah.
that. And then if
Wow.
they manage all that, you're not gonna be able to write them off.
No.
It's gonna be a tough
You.
proposition. But I want Morocco just for
The
the
meaning of it.
lovely story. Yeah, the meaning and the
The
lovely
meaning of it.
story, and that's that's what you want to see. Teams making it um, beyond their wildest dreams, even their own dreams.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
It's
want that.
yeah. There. See,
Hmm.
my heart, or forget my heart, forget my brain. I want. I think I would want Morocco. I know a lot, and not because I don't think we cannot beat France, and I think we could beat Morocco. A part of me wants Morocco just because I think maybe they're. I want to say I don't know if lack of experience could play a factor, but their confidence is sky high. I think against France, it's going to be a very tense game. It's going to be a tense game either way, but against France, we have Messi and they have Mbappe, and that that speed sometimes can be just an absolute killer. I would want France for the revenge. I would want Morocco for the reasons that you just stated, Seba. Um, I don't know. I'm torn as to who I want in the final. And let's
No,
not
the good
forget
thing
Morocco.
is,
Morocco is
yeah,
very well supported at this tournament too.
of course, yeah. To me, I think those are the best two set of fans: Argentina and
Yeah,
Morocco,
yeah,
no doubt.
not even close.
Um, but yeah, the good thing I guess is that it's not up to us to choose. Whoever makes it is going to be deserving. I felt France could have lost against England. I felt England were better than France on the night.
Mm,
Were really unlucky and were hard done by the referee as well. That's how I felt after that game.
I,
But at the same time, they're clinical. They know what it takes to win it all. They have a lot of players that done it only 4 years ago. So tomorrow they're the favorites, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
But nothing will surprise me of this World Cup.
No, no, no. Nothing will surprise me at all. And just kind of go back to what you mentioned. I know it's not that it's too relevant. I didn't think France had to be good to beat England. I think England saw a lot of the ball, but I think outside of set pieces, England were never going to score. I thought they were just dangerous on set pieces. They had the ball. I don't think they were ever going to beat Loris. But it did show that France is fragile, and that's something that can be taken advantage of, whether it's us or
Yeah,
Morocco or both.
yeah. They were they were a rare mistake from Hurricane to get to extra time. England would have deserved at least to get to extra time. Maybe it's true that England didn't cause them a lot of issues outside of set pieces. Could be, yeah. Um, at the same time, I think they were lucky. France were lucky because they never trailed in that game. They never had
Correct. Yeah,
to
that's true.
chase the game. Um, when they scored the first goal, that play to me starts with a foul on Bukayo Saka
Saka.
by Upamecano. That was not called by the referee. To me, the referee was atrocious. Then there was a penalty on Hurricane in the first half that he didn't give. He also didn't give the second one. They had to see it on
The
VAR.
VAR.
But that's it. It's they could have played an extra time. They didn't. Um, but France, of course, you can never rule them out. They have so many weapons.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm curious. I'm curious to see.
Oh, I think we're I think we're losing Seba again. I think we kind of lost Seba just now. I think we kind of lost Seba for now. We'll see what's going on with with everything there. No, Calvin, I'm absolutely not. I am absolutely not. I don't think France had to step it up to beat England. I think England had to step it up to beat France. They didn't. They had a penalty. They missed it. We've seen Messi miss penalties. Everybody misses penalties, and that's not a knock on Kane, right? The pressure sometimes just kind of gets to you. But going back to the
Hi,
original question, Seba's
I'm
still
back.
there. Jesus, Seba's still there.
What happened? I froze. I
You
had a
froze
silly
completely.
face.
You
Silly
froze.
face.
No, but that's in the face. You
No.
just froze, and then
Oh my
I
god.
started
No,
talking with.
because to me everything went black, and
Okay,
then I was back after a few
it's
minutes.
all right.
Yeah, but
It's all right. So let's. I guess at this point we'll wrap it up before we end up losing
yeah,
you totally for
yeah.
tonight. Everybody has one in the chat. Let us know. But Seba, final thoughts: Argentina and the final of
This
the
is the
World
stuff
Cup.
of dreams. Yeah, this is the stuff of dreams. To me, today again was all about my kids, living this experience with them, taking on the streets, seeing our team dominate, seeing our idol do amazing things at an age where that's not normal. To me, it was perfect. It was one of those perfect days, and I'm gonna enjoy today. I'll probably going to enjoy tomorrow. and then we'll start worrying.
Yeah, I I think Thursday is when the nerves really start to
And
kick in.
I
And
lost
we
I lost
lost
connection
Seba.
again.
Yeah, Seba lost connection. I think you're back, Seba. Though I think we got you for good now. I think we
Yeah,
got you for
I
good.
am. I am. I know. I don't know how much you managed to hear from that, but I'm going to enjoy the ride. I think the
Yeah.
team deserves to be there. They got exactly where they deserve, and they got
Yes.
to where exactly what they deserve. And let's hope it continues this way.
Yeah. No, I agree. We were very fortunate in the sense of, I'm talking about myself, but after 2014, I thought it would be a long time before I would ever get to see, or if I would ever get to see Argentina in another final, especially Messi, right? But here we are 8 years later, a little bit over 8 years, but 8 years later, another final, and arguably playing better than we were 8 years ago, right? So we're very fortunate, very lucky to be fans of the Argentina national team, to be supporting this team. It's just been incredible. We talk a lot off air, Seba, about this team and what we think about them, and we think we both indirectly had the sense that this team could go far this World Cup. After the opening loss against Saudi Arabia, I know you still did, and I know I still did. I still had that belief. Get the win versus Mexico, qualify Poland against Poland, and they could really go all the way. And here we are. We're talking,
Yeah.
uh, Argentina in the World Cup final. I say it, and it hasn't processed yet in my mind. It hasn't processed yet. But
Yeah.
it's incredible. It's incredible. Um, Thank you everybody for for joining us. We're gonna end it here before I get a little bit too emotional and before we end up losing Seba again due to the
Yeah.
internet connection. But no, I really thank everybody for joining. Cannot thank you guys enough. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. And Argentina are in the final of the World Cup on Sunday. Match 64 of 64, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Argentina are in the World Cup final. I'm getting emotional,
We're there.
so we're gonna stop it there. We're gonna stop
We're
it
there.
there.
We're there.
Thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a good one,
I love
everybody.
you, brother. I love you, everybody.
Bye, guys.